all the inductees checked in with the clerk? Okay. All rise. Court of Appeal, Hannah for the 6th District of the State of Florida is now in session. The Honorable Dan Fraser, Chief Judge, presiding. All persons having visited the court draw near and give attention to you will be heard. May God save the United States of America, the state of Florida, and this honorable court.
Good morning and welcome to a ceremonial session of the 6th District Court of Appeal. I will explain what that means in a moment, but first I'd like us to remain standing. I'd like to recognize our Clerk of Court, the Honorable Stacey Pechtel, to deliver the invocation. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll recognize my colleague, the Honorable Jared Smith, to lead the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. As I mentioned, this is a ceremonial session of the 6th District Court of Appeal. This is one of the best things that we get to do because we don't make anybody upset by what we're doing. We are here to recognize inductees to the Florida Bar, and it's a special day for all of you, and we're grateful that you've chosen to make us a part of that impactful day in your careers. Let me introduce my colleagues. To my right, your left, this is the Honorable Carrie Ann Wozniak. To my left, your right, this is the Honorable Mary Nardella and the Honorable Keith White. In the front, from your right to left, the Honorable Roger Ganem. You've met the Honorable Jared Smith, and that's the Honorable Joshua Mize. A ceremonial session is different than regular court. In regular court, you are not allowed to wander around the courtroom, take video, take cameras, or make loud noises of approval when something goes your way. You are allowed to do all of those things here, and none of the courtroom deputies are going to stop you. So if it comes time when the oath is going to be administered, if you want to come down into the well of the courtroom to get a better angle, you're more than welcome to do it. If you would like to cheer when your son, daughter, brother, sister, husband, wife recognizes their career-long dream of becoming a member of the Florida Bar, by all means have at it. So we're grateful to have you guys here today. We always like to have somebody from our court deliver some remarks about this day and what this day is about, and maybe some things that you might want to reflect on going forward after today. And I'm pleased to recognize my colleague and friend, the Honorable Mary Nardella, to deliver those remarks.
Good morning. Newly admitted members of the Florida Bar, today marks the moment where you leave a world of theory and enter the reality of your calling. While it is an ancient and noble profession you are about to join, it is also a difficult one. It will demand, especially in the beginning, almost all of your time, and it will occupy most of your mind. And unlike law school, it now comes with clients, real clients, who will come to you scared their businesses won't survive, scared they could be separated from society, scared of their mortality. Their burdens will become yours. I tell you this to prepare you. If you choose to do this job well and to do it for a long time, there will be many hard days ahead. And if the only thing you exchange for these burdens is a paycheck, you are likely to lose your way. You must have more than a paycheck. You must have a purpose. So what is the purpose of work? Philosophers examining the ancient story of Adam and Eve have answered that question this way: that man is given a mandate for purposeful work, a mandate to cultivate and steward the created order, a mandate that is not meant to be an incidental part of human life, but an invitation to participate in the art of creation, an intrinsic part of our humanity. Now think about the profession that you have chosen. Think about the garden that you have been given responsibility to tend. It is a complex and sometimes unruly place, full of potential for growth and beauty, but also susceptible to disorder and neglect. Tending this garden is a meaningful purpose that brings order to our society. Our hope today is that you see your work not just as serving a single client for whom you owe a fiduciary duty, for whom you should zealously advocate on behalf of, but more importantly, that you see your work as something which contributes to the flourishing of our shared society. Whether you are structuring a business, writing a will, arguing for the advancement of the law, even in your advocacy of the individual, know that your efforts have the potential to cultivate order that an entire community depends upon. So as we leave today, our hope for you is that you will embrace this profession with courage, with wisdom, with a steadfast dedication to bringing order and justice necessary for our society to flourish. You are more than a single man's lawyer. You are society's gardener. Welcome to the Florida Bar.
I'd like to, we're representing the Florida Board of Bar Examiners. I'd like to ask Ms. Destiny Baker Sutton to come to the podium. She's the founder and managing partner of Destiny Law Firm PA, and she's joined us from West Palm Beach today. Her practice involves personal injury work. She's a former Palm Beach assistant state attorney, where during her 10-year term, she was detailed to the Organized Crime Division. She also worked at the Palm Beach County Attorney's Office, where she handled a wide variety of civil matters in both state and federal court. She's been heavily involved in her community. She's the founder of the Palm Beach County Cherie Davis Cunningham Black Women Lawyers Association, and she's also served in various leaderships in the Palm Beach chapter of Florida Association for Women Lawyers. She's a former member of the board of directors for the Boy Scouts of America, Gulf Stream Council. She's also a formerly nationally competitive gymnast. On behalf of my colleagues, I'd like to thank Ms. Baker Sutton for her service to her community and this state, and invite her to present the inductees.
Thank you so much. May it please the court, Chief Judge Traber, and I'm so proud and honored to be here to take part in such a big day for you all in your careers and for your families. It's just incredible, and I'm honored to take part in it. The Florida Board of Bar Examiners is a board of 12 lawyers and 3 non-lawyers. We are appointed by the Florida Supreme Court to evaluate your character and your fitness. The Florida Supreme Court has the jurisdiction over who is admitted to practice law in the state of Florida, and we as board members certify to the Florida Supreme Court, and they make the ultimate decision. And so before I certify you all who have passed all of the rigorous tests and the character and fitness portions of the bar exam, I just want to leave you with very, very quick and just some advice. One of my favorite quotes is a quote by the famous tennis player, Billie Jean King. And what she says is that pressure is a privilege, which is very true. It's a privilege for you all to be here today in this beautiful courtroom. It's a privilege for you all to be admitted to the Florida bar, and it's a privilege for you all to become lawyers here in the state of Florida. But with that privilege comes tremendous pressure. Pressure that you all have demonstrated that you can withstand. And I'm confident that you will be able to withstand it. But I leave you with one thing to remember always, and that is that it takes a lifetime to build a good reputation, and just 1 second to destroy it. And so as you go on practicing law and you have the pressures of being up all night, perhaps you're prosecuting a case where the death penalty is involved or a life sentence, or perhaps you're handling a matter that involves multi-million dollars. There's a lot of pressure in that. And I want to remind you not to succumb to that pressure, to remember that you can destroy your reputation in just 1 second. And like I said, I'm sure that you guys all will withstand it. And with that, I want to congratulate you all and certify you all to become members of the Florida Bar. Pursuant to the rules of the Supreme Court relating to the admission to the bar, the candidates before you have been rigorously examined by the board, both as to knowledge of the law and understanding of the standards and ideals of the legal profession. In addition, their backgrounds have been subjected to searching character and fitness investigations. On behalf of the Florida Board of Bar Examiners, I certify that these candidates are fully qualified and that each enjoys the enthusiastic recommendation of the Florida Board of Bar Examiners. I'm going to go through and read the list of candidates that are here before me, and I ask that you stand and that you tell us which law school that you attended. Mr. Michael Paul Abrahamian. Thank you. Miss Susanna Ariandondo. Miss Deborah Aspromonte. Mr. Kevin Michael Barr. Miss Victoria Buchetskaya. Miss Martha Brancato. Miss Summer Brokaw. Miss Alexandria Cook. Miss Alexandra DeTardo. Mr. Syed Ali Fatma. Mr. Joshua Fidello. Come on up, have a seat. Congratulations. Mr. Miles Garrett. Miss Lauren Taylor Garrett. Mr. Andrew Hicks. Miss Amanda Hobson Garcia. Miss Derica Jackson. Mr. Aryan Jazarai. Thank you. Miss Nadine Khalif. Mr. Daniel Laterulo. Ms. Shareem Lee. Ms. Taylor Simone McCants. Mr. Joshua Milliken. Wonderful, there's a seat over here, and there's 2 more seats if the next 2 want to come up and take a seat. Mr. Dane Norman. Mr. Caden O'Connell. Mr. David Olui. Mr. Ethan Payne. Miss Amber Willett. Miss Valeria Rodriguez. Mr. Mason Daniel Romanowski. Miss Linda Rosado. Miss Nicole Schoen. Mr. Justin Daniel Sharon. Mr. Maxwell Unterhalter. Miss Trinity Vesperowski. Mr. Jack Wagner. And finally, Miss Abby Zelensky. Congratulations to each one of you. And before I sit down, there are 2 people here, their names aren't on the list, so I'll ask them to just introduce themselves and tell us where you went to law school. And congratulations again to each one of you.
I'd like to recognize my colleague and friend, the Honorable Roger Ganem, for the administration of the oath of attorney.
Thank you, Chief Judge Traver. I have had the great privilege over the last couple of years of administering this oath at several of these induction ceremonies. Today, it's a special joy and privilege because among you are not only a couple of former colleagues of mine, but also one of our court's own, even one of my own. Among you is Ethan Payne, who has been my law clerk since August of this year. And I just wanted to recognize Ethan as having achieved the 2nd highest score on the bar in the 6th district. So congratulations, Ethan, and court, and my suite in particular is glad to have you. The oath is a little bit long, so when I ask you to stand in a moment and raise your hand, settle in and savor these words that you're probably saying out loud in public for the first time. So please stand and raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear. I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Florida. I will maintain the respect due. To courts of justice and judicial officers. I will not counsel or maintain. Any suit or proceedings which shall appear to me to be unjust, nor any defense except such as I believe to be honestly debatable under the law of the land. I will employ for the purpose of maintaining the causes confided to me such means only as are consistent with truth and honor, and will never seek to mislead the judge or jury by any artifice or false statement of fact or law. I will maintain the confidence and preserve inviolate the secrets of my clients, and will accept no compensation in connection with their business, except from them or with their knowledge and approval. To opposing parties and their counsel, I pledge fairness, integrity, and civility. Not only in court, but also in all written and oral communications. I will abstain from all offensive personality and advance no fact prejudicial to the honor or reputation of a party or witness, unless required by the justice of the cause with which I am charged. I will never reject, from any consideration personal to myself, the cause of the defenseless or oppressed, or delay anyone's cause for lucre or malice. So help me God. Congratulations.
Congratulations, welcome to the club. Please be seated. Representing the Florida Bar as a member of its Board of Governors, I'd like to invite John Agnew to the podium. Mr. Agnew is a partner at the firm of Boy, Agnew, Petanovich, Miller, and he has journeyed here from Fort Myers today. Mr. Agnew has a varied practice that includes both business litigation and transactional work. He's also the city attorney for the city of Sanibel. He's also been heavily involved in his community, having served as the past president of the Lee County Bar Association and as a member of the 20th Circuit Professionalism Committee. He's twice served as president of the Board of Directors for Abuse Counseling and Treatment, Inc., and he's a former member of the Board of Directors for Pace Center of Girls, Lee County. He's also a former Army Ranger and who has thrice competed in the Best Ranger competition. For those of you who are unaware, that is a 3-day competition designed to determine the best two-man team from the entire United States Armed Forces, and I can comfortably call it the most challenging athletic competition in the world. On behalf of my colleagues, I'd like to thank Mr. Agnew for his service to this district, this state, and this country, and invite him to say a few words to the inductees.
Chief Judge Traver, thank you for the kind introduction. I appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. May it please the court. It's an honor to be here representing the Florida Bar Board of Governors on such a meaningful day, welcoming our newest members to the Florida Bar in our profession. It's particularly true in such a beautiful courtroom in front of our esteemed 6th District Court of Appeals, and all or many of your family and friends who supported you in your journey to get here. To our newest member of the Florida Bar, congratulations, truly. All of us in this room know that today marks the culmination of years of hard work, long nights, unwavering determination. You've earned the privilege to practice law, and it truly is a privilege. The law is a profession that's grounded in service, integrity, and trust. With that privilege comes a profound responsibility. From this day forward, your words carry more weight. Your advice carries more consequence. Your signature carries more meaning. As lawyers, we're called upon to help others navigate some of the most challenging moments of their lives, to protect their rights, their livelihoods, their futures. Never lose sight of the gravity of that role. The way that we conduct ourselves in the courtroom, in the community, and even in the quiet moments when you think no one is watching you. That defines our individual reputations, and it affects the reputation of our entire profession. As you transition from the theoretical of the academic world to the actual practice of law, I offer two pieces of advice. First, find the right mentor or mentors, and do so as soon as possible. Early in my own practice, I was fortunate to have a mentor who showed me what professionalism really means. Not just how to win a case, but how to always treat opposing counsel with proper respect, how to balance advocacy with integrity, and the importance of involvement with the community at large. A good mentor can shape your entire career. Opportunities for mentorship abound, whether from your local voluntary bar association, through your employer. The Florida Bar has a counsel-to-counsel program, and others. Seek out guidance, learn from it, and when the time comes, be that mentor for someone else. My second piece of advice is just to get involved. Participate in and give back to the profession that now welcomes you. In my career, I've had the honor of serving our profession in a variety of different ways. Service to the bar has been among the most rewarding experiences of my career. Through bar work, I've learned from and met extraordinary colleagues I would never have otherwise met. Built lasting friendships and witnessed firsthand how these associations and this volunteer leadership strengthens both our profession and our community. So get involved, attend a meeting, join a committee, volunteer your time. You'll find that when you engage with your bar associations, you don't just enhance your career, you help preserve the ideals that make practice of law meaningful. As you reflect on the oath that you just took, it should be crystal clear that you have joined a noble profession, one that depends on your integrity, your commitment, your compassion. The work can certainly be demanding, but also deeply rewarding. Each of you has the opportunity to make a difference in lives of others and to strengthen the rule of law in our state. So congratulations again on your tremendous achievement. We are proud to welcome you as our newest colleagues to the Florida Bar. Thank you.
There is a longstanding tradition in the district courts throughout the state of Florida that the candidate who scored the highest on the bar exam from that district is invited to address their fellow inductees and offer a message of congratulations. The highest score recorded in the 6th District Court of Appeal this year came from Fort Myers. I'd like to recognize Owen J. Murphy to come to the podium.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. And thank you for inviting me to come speak to all my fellow inductees and join in this celebration that represents the culmination of several years of hard work, dedication, sacrifices, and challenges that we have all overcome to now be able to officially call ourselves attorneys. We all went through at least 13 years of K-12 education, 4 years of undergraduate education, 3 years of law school, 2 or more months of rigorous bar prep, just to be able to take and pass a 12-hour-long exam. This was certainly not the easy path to take, but I am certain that we will all be able to say that it was well worth it. And although we should certainly celebrate our achievement, I think it is important to also acknowledge and recognize those who helped and supported us throughout law school, the challenges we faced, and without whom this achievement would not have been possible. Thank you to our families for their love and support while we went through every final exam, and for listening to us talk about the cases and law that we learned about while eating at the dinner table. I know I can say that my family was certainly shocked and entertained by every crazy tort case that I learned about and I told them. Thank you to our friends, those we spent countless hours studying with, holding each other accountable for learning the challenging material. And thank you also to those friends who helped us take a much-needed momentary break from the everyday stress of law school. Thank you to our professors who have left a permanent mark in our lives that will never be forgotten, and who made us learn to think off of our feet with every sudden cold call. And thank you, of course, to the many others who, whether they know it or not, helped us all be here today. In addition to the congratulations I want to give you all, I would also like to offer some words for what kind of attorneys I hope we will all be. Although I have only been practicing law for about 2 weeks, and often tell myself that I have no idea what I'm doing, I think there are certain lessons that even us baby lawyers have already learned, and that we can use to our advantage in starting off our careers. One lesson we learned is that hard work pays off. Through law school, bar prep, and the bar exam, we have already shown that we are willing to spend countless hours and put in the hard work in order to be successful. Not only that, but we all experience outside challenges in law school, and we learn that we can persevere through any challenge that faces us. Personally, in my 1L year while living with my family, our house was flooded by Hurricane Ian, which certainly added another challenge to the already stressful law school experience. I went through surgery my 2L year and was unable to attend classes for a couple weeks while I recovered. And the house was flooded again from Hurricane Milton and Helene during my 3L year. Yes, my family's trying to sell that house. And everyone in this room went through their own challenges, inside and outside of law school, that could have stopped us from being where we are today. But we adapted, pushed through, and persevered anyways. And we will keep on persevering now as attorneys, and we will overcome every challenge that comes our way. We have also learned the importance of showing respect for our colleagues and the importance of building a community. Although law school was certainly competitive, many of those same classmates we competed against also ended up becoming our friends. And my hope is that we maintain those friendships, because even if they end up practicing law in a different field than us, you never know when you're going to phone a friend. If we manage to make friends and be respectful to those who we competed against in law school, I know we can do the same in our legal careers. We won't become friends with every lawyer we meet, but we can at least treat them with the same respect and professionalism as we showed our classmates throughout law school. The people next to you right now may be your opposing counsel, judge, mediator, or even coworker one day. For better or worse, as lawyers, we tend to bump into each other more often than we think. Just because our profession tends to be on the competitive side doesn't mean we can't also treat one another with professionalism and respect we all deserve. In doing so, we'll only strengthen our reputation, set a good example, and make the practice of law even more enjoyable. With that said, and realizing all that we have already learned and can use to the benefit to the start of our careers, it's time to start this next chapter of our lives. Congratulations again to all the inductees. Everyone here should be proud of their incredible accomplishment, and I look forward to seeing what great attorneys we will all be and to work beside you all in this community. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. You've just addressed an en banc court of the 6th District Court of Appeal. And we appreciate the remarks. Let me offer some closing remarks, but before I do that, let me just tell you what happens next. After my remarks, I'm going to recognize Clerk Pechtel to give the benediction, and then we will recess court. If you have turned your oath in to Clerk Pechtel, I'll sign it. We'll get it stamped. We'll make it official. We can take pictures while we do that. My colleagues and I will just move into the well of the courtroom. We're happy to take pictures, congratulate you in person, meet your family. I always just really enjoy this, and so do they. With that, let me conclude by saying 3 things. You've heard a number of different themes today from all of the speakers, all of whom did an excellent job. I think one that you heard from everyone is hard work. It is no mistake that the very best lawyers are the hardest working lawyers, and some of that is lonely and requires a lot of time. I think that you'll feel some pressure. I think that you'll feel some nerves and trepidation when you come into court, when you're meeting with clients, when you're asking yourself, why me? Why is somebody asking me for advice at this point? Best thing that you can do before those feelings happen, because those are natural. They let you know you're alive. They let you know you're ready, is to prepare. If you are the most prepared person in a room, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. The most prepared people in a room never, ever embarrass themselves professionally. So be prepared. The second thing, I want you to shine when you're in the office, when you're in the courtroom. But I want you to ask yourself seriously and legitimately, and this goes to what Judge Nardella said, is that the only place that you intend to shine? There is a lawyer on every board of every charitable organization throughout this state. It does not trouble me what your passions are, but people who have your passions also need legal advice. You have to ask yourself what that oath that you just took about never turning away the cause of the defenseless or the oppressed really means. Can you take one pro bono case a year? Can you stand next to somebody who can't afford your services? Frankly, I probably can't afford your services after today. That's a lot of us, and embody faith in our system. And can you go out and be a member of your community in a professional bar association and provide strength and stability to the fabric of this community and show non-lawyers that we are a solution and not a problem? Third thing that I would say is that the longest longitudinal happiness study started in Boston in the 1930s. It initially involved 700 or so young men, and they took them from the poorest areas of Southie to the most affluent areas of Cambridge and everywhere in between. Over time, they started tracking their spouses, over 1,000 of their descendants. They did regular interviews on all topics. They took their blood, scanned their DNA, studied their brains. And after all, it's called the Harvard Happiness Study. It's called the Harvard Adult Happiness Study, but everybody calls it the Harvard Happiness Study. And after all that time, they found one defining characteristic that led to longer, healthier, and happier lives. And that's meaning and lasting personal connections. Yes, you will spend a lot of time working and honing your craft, and some of those hours will be lonely. But if you don't maintain your relationships with your friends and family, those relationships can diminish and sometimes disappear. Nobody is going to have all the time in the world to do all of the things that they want to do when they're learning how to be a lawyer. But the advice that I will leave you with, and I think maybe the most important advice that I can give, is that there is no gift greater to the people that you love other than your undivided attention. So when you are with the people that you love and you are not at work, don't be putting your mind at work when it doesn't matter. Get off your phone and look them in the eye. Keep those relationships. I wish you all the very best for a long, successful, healthy, and happy career. Congratulations again. Look back to you.
Holy Spirit, may this oath be forever in the minds of these people, Lord, and the judges who are used to it. May all of us walk with you, Lord God, to speak truth and justice. Above all, may we dwell in peace.
This ceremonial session of the 6th District Court of Appeal is now adjourned, and we're in recess. But before we do that, one last time, congratulations. And we are adjourned.